This trip to Miami cost me $0. Today I'm going to be talking about crypto scholarships, what they are and how me and hundreds of other people around the world use them to travel the world for free, build cool stuff, make money, and meet really cool people, and how you can get one as well. ETH Amsterdam, April 2022. I attended the ETH Amsterdam Crypto Conference and Hackathon in Amsterdam, and I paid for it out of my own pocket. While I was there, I met a group of amazing women from an organization called Blue DAO, and I was kind of telling them how much fun I was having, but how it was so expensive that I didn't think I'd be able to do this often. They looked at me and they said, "Oh, we don't pay for this out of our own pocket. Food, hotel, flights, paid for." Intrigued. I mentally filed that in my back pocket. Then while I was coding at the hackathon, I met someone else who told me that they were about to run out of money, and if they didn't get enough money soon, they'd have to go back home. So they were planning on winning a couple hackathon prizes from sponsors and use that to pay for their trip in Europe a little bit longer. Intrigued by both of these concepts of a scholarship and a hackathon prize, I decided to dig a bit deeper, and this is what I found. The first thing you'll need to do is join crypto and Web3 communities. Now, most of these communities exist online and on social media, so you'll need to get accounts for these three platforms: Twitter, Discord, and Telegram. Once you have those accounts set up, here are some good accounts for you to follow: Padawan DAO, Developer DAO, Blue DAO, Her DAO, the Attila Tech account, Boys Club, Women Build Web3, and Women in Web3. If you want links to all of this stuff, I wrote a blog post about this on the Attila website, so you can basically get links to all the stuff that I'm going to mention in this video. Now, you'll probably notice that most of these clubs are primarily targeted towards women. Even Boys Club, even though it's called Boys Club, it's actually also targeted towards women and non-binary folks. However, actually, these clubs are actually open to men as well too. So this is cool because it shows people that, crypto and Web3 is not just for crypto bros and getting a lot of women involved in the space. However, it also means that if you are a man, you still have a chance of getting some of these scholarships and grants. So for example, a lot of these scholarships and grants will have spaces open up for allies. So this basically means that even if you're a man, you can still get some of these grants and scholarships. And of course, there's stuff like Padawan DAO, Developer DAO that are also open for people of all genders and all demographics. Okay, now once you have your account set up and you start following all these accounts, you need to also dive deeper. So that means that don't just stop at following them on Twitter. You also need to probably follow them on Discord, Telegram, etc. The reason why it's important for you to follow them on all these different social media platforms is because there is a huge information asymmetry gap in crypto. And here's what I mean by that. A lot of times information will be posted to different places at different times, and whoever can get that information first will have an advantage. So a lot of times people are only following people's stuff on Twitter, but actually you might find that a lot of times information will break first on Telegram or Discord, and then it will get posted to Twitter. So this is why it's important for you to be following these accounts on not just their Twitter pages, but also their Discord and Telegram chats. A lot of times too, you'll find that in addition to like the public channels that everybody knows about on Twitter and Discord, there'll be like semi-public, semi-private group chats on Telegram that you can ask to be invited to. And so this is another great way to sort of get information, or alpha in crypto speak, to be aware of all the opportunities immediately they're open. In addition to following organizations, you should also follow individuals because they'll post information across a wide range of different organizations. So I recommend the following accounts: Mabel, Mabel.tech, Gigahertz, Oceans 404 Steph, Novell, Nader Dabbit, Maya Zeni, Daphne, and Seamcat. Once you have all those accounts following, next thing you'll probably need to do is get information from all these different accounts. Now, trying to keep up with Twitter, Discord, and Telegram is very hard to do, so I recommend you use what I call social media advanced search. So the way it works is pretty simple. Let's say, for example, you're interested in Blue DAO. You can search Blue DAO and then put the word scholarship. And then right there, instead of basically trying to scroll through their accounts to find all the information, you can just directly jump to the information that's relevant to you. Or another thing you can try is maybe you can search by events. Or let's say you want to go to ETHCC in Paris. You can put the word ETHCC and see what comes up over there. Let's see what shows up over here. And if you can't find anything good for scholarships, you can get creative. One thing I find works well is also searching the word grants. And boom, there you have it. You can see a grant open for students to apply. Now, bear in mind, by the time you're watching these videos, a lot of these applications might have already expired. So these exact ones I'm showing you might not still be open for you, but the general idea and the steps can be used for any kind of scholarship or grant you want to apply for. This also works really well on Discord and Telegram. So for example, in Discord, you can just basically join anything. And if you just search for, again, Discord is another place where the problem of too much information is especially pernicious. So the way to solve this is that, again, you use the search tool in Discord. For example, Vita DAO is one of the DAOs which I'm involved with. And if I search for the word scholarship, here we go. Right away, I can see there's something called a longevity summer camp, and we can see that Vita DAO is sponsoring scholarships for those. And you can use the exact same process on Telegram as well, where you can just basically search chats in Telegram to find information. Another option you can use is a dedicated crypto search engine like Atlas. If you go to search, then you should be able to find information through Atlas like that. You can also use their browser extension as well. So for example, if I use Atlas here for the word scholarship, I can basically see a wide range of crypto scholarships that are available. If I search for the word grants, I can find a wider range of grants. This is the DSI Berlin travel grant. This is one that I actually got to pay for my trip to Berlin. You can find lots of grants available that way as well too. And finally, of course, there's just the good old-fashioned Google search. So if you, like, this might seem really obvious, but something people might not think about sometimes is you can just Google words like Crypto Hackathon scholarships, like this here, or crypto ecosystem grants, and you can basically see the different types of scholarships and grants that are available as well through a simple Google search. Very obvious, but it's often overlooked. Now, one of the things you'll find is that very, very often Google is not very good at searching index unique content like crypto, as you can see in all these examples over here. So for situations like that, I recommend using a dedicated search engine like Atlas to basically make it easier to find the information that you need. Another underrated strategy is asking for scholarships that don't even exist yet. And it's something which I've recommended before, right? Ask for scholarships that don't exist. So let's say, for example, you want to go to ECC in Paris, but you can't find anyone who's offering a scholarship to go. You can actually email organizations or send them DMs on social media or email and basically say, hey, I think you should create a scholarship, and come up with the reason why it's in their best interest to do so. This is a piece of advice that I've given people before, and you can sort of learn more about it here. And then you can even use the same template that I wrote that you can basically copy paste and modify to sort of send to organizations that you want to help you sponsor your trip. In this example here, I make it focused on students, but even if you're not a student, you can still go get these scholarships. When I go to a lot of these hackathons, not everyone there is a student. In fact, probably most people are not students. So you can definitely do this as well. Here's a list dump of various scholarship sources. There's a collection here that I'm currently building. There's this thing called Passport Perks. Ethereum Foundation has a bunch of grants available and links to other grants. And then we have the DeFi and NFT blockchain grants. All right, now it's time to apply for a scholarship. So what makes a good application? I've written a blog post before in the past about how to write a great scholarship application. You can check that out, the link in the description. But for the purposes of crypto scholarships, here's what really matters. So what makes a good application? Coding experience to build cool apps on their platform. Now, this is preferred, but it is not mandatory. Again, you do not have to be a developer to get these scholarships, but it is nice to have people who are technical that can build stuff. Or followers on social media where you can promote their platform. Again, a lot of these crypto organizations, they want to grow. They want more people to know about what they're doing. So if you have followers on social media, this is a huge bonus. However, if you don't know how to code and you don't have a large followers on social media, which is probably most people, that's okay, as long as you have previous example of taking initiative in some form. What cool things have you done? It doesn't have to be Web3 related, but as long as you're doing cool stuff and you're just doing things, people love to see that. I asked Daphne in Blue DAO what they look for in applicants, and this is some of the things that she said. First of all, again, priority for software developers. You don't need Web3 or crypto experience, but if you are a developer, that is a bonus. But again, they are open to people from a wide range of backgrounds, so artists, lawyers, teachers, etc. For Blue DAO, they really care a lot about inclusivity, so they try to get people from a wide range of backgrounds. And then effort in your answers. They look at how much thought and effort you put into the long answer questions. Again, if you want to learn more about how to write a great application, I wrote a lot about information about this stuff, so you can basically check that out to learn how to write a better application. And that's it. Submit your application and good luck. Some other things you want to be aware of. Another thing that really helps a lot is engaging on social media. So my friend, Maya Zeni, wanted to go to ECC, so she put together a pretty comprehensive Twitter thread on reasons why she deserved to be given a chance to go to ECC. Again, so they want to see, they're really active on social media. They want to see these kinds of things. So this is why it's super important for you to engage with them on social media as well if you want to stand out in your application. Fulfilling the scholarship requirements. So in the spirit of transparency, I actually got one of my scholarships taken away because they felt like I didn't fulfill the scholarship requirements. So learn from my experience. Know that this can happen, and make sure you're very clear on what the expectations of the scholarship are, and you can afford these trips even if, for example, you don't end up getting your scholarships. Also, because a lot of these grants are reimbursed, but then arrangements can be made. So a lot of these scholarships you have to pay upfront first, and then they reimburse you for the flight. But then maybe things like hotel and food will be paid for. So make sure you can afford this. And if you can't, based on your financial situation, send them an email, send them a message, and usually they're able to figure something out. And last but definitely not least, we have hackathons. Now, hackathons are one of my favorite things about the crypto space. I really encourage you to apply for hackathons. You can get paid thousands of dollars for building a crypto related project over a weekend. You also don't even need to know how to code to apply. This is something a lot of people don't realize. As long as you can add value in some way, project management, slides, presentation, design, if you can find a couple people that can help you code, you're able to participate in these hackathons. Also, at some hackathons, typically not ETH Global but other events, you don't even have to code. I've been at a hackathon before where one of the winners presented a Figma template. It's pretty remarkable that for a lot of these hackathons, you can do anywhere from about 6 to 36 hours worth of work and earn anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000, maybe even more. Here's a list of websites that offer hackathons: DevPost, MajorLeagueHacking.io, DoraHacks. Check out this Google Sheets by Crypto Nomads Club with a bunch of different crypto events. And finally, ETH Global. Honestly, in my opinion, ETH Global has run some of the best hackathons I've ever been at ever. I wrote a blog post about my experience at ETH Amsterdam, which you can read out more about to learn more about it. But I would really encourage you, if you can't attend all of these events, strongly encourage you, definitely try to make it out to the ETH Global events. They are very well run. So finally, I want to give a huge shout out to all the different organizations that have helped me pay for my trip expenses, give me hackathon prizes, and create this amazing opportunity for thousands of other people all over the world to discover Web3. ETH Global, Blue DAO, Harmony One, Storage, Activate Build, IPFS. Thank you. So in conclusion, crypto scholarships and hackathons are a great way to travel the world, meet cool people, make some money, build cool stuff, and learn something new. It's pretty amazing that such opportunities like this exist and many people don't know about it. So now that you know about it, make the most of it.